दी अंजलि अरोड़ा टॉक शो। स्वागत है आप सबका अंजलि अरोड़ा टॉक शो के एक और एपिसोड में। फ्रेंड्स, जैसे कि आप जानते हैं कि हर एपिसोड में हम नए नए पैशनेट गेस्ट से बातें करते हैं, उनसे उनकी पैशन जर्नी के थ्रू हम बहुत कुछ उनका एक्सपीरियंस आप सब तक पहुंचाते हैं। तो आज की जो हमारी गेस्ट हैं वो है मिसेस अनुपमा त्रिगुनायत जी। जी हाँ, जो एक आर्टिस्ट होने के साथ साथ एक सोशल वर्कर है और मैं कहूंगी लेडी फुल ऑफ एनर्जी, फुल ऑफ पैशन। तो चलिए देखते हैं उनकी शो रील और फिर करेंगे उनका स्वागत। आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है अंजलि अरोड़ा टॉक शो में। अनुपमा जी
नमस्कार
मैम। मैं आपसे कहूंगी कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कि आई एम वेरी इम्प्रेस्ड विद योर प्रोफाइल। मतलब जैसे कहते हैं ना कि जो एक नारी शक्ति दैट आई विल से लाइक द यू आर अ सिंबल ऑफ लाइक कि जिस तरह से एक जो लेडी होती है, किस तरह से वी कीप आवर पैशन अलाइव विद आवर फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स। So really I'm very impressed about that and even I will say कि जो ऑडियंस है हमें जो सुनने वाली है उनको आज बहुत सारा मोटिवेशन और इंस्पिरेशन मिलने वाला है। तो मैं आपको जरूर बताना चाहूंगी कि द टैगलाइन ऑफ आवर शो इज अनफोल्डिंग द पैशन जर्नी। हाउ यू विल डिफाइन पैशन अकॉर्डिंग टू यू?
For me, passion is this drive, this intensity of achieving what you want. आप जो भी करें उसमें घुस जाएं, मेरी ऐसी आदत है और मानना है। मेरे लिए वो पैशन है। अगर मैं घर भी डेकोरेट कर रही हूँ जिसका मुझे बहुत शौक है तो मैं दुनिया भूल जाती हूँ। अगर मैं कोई किताब और अगर मैं स्टूडियो में हूँ तो बिल्कुल ही भूल जाती हूँ। और अगर मेरा अपना सोशल ऑब्लिगेशन है या मेरे बड़े ऑफिशियल एंगेजमेंट्स रहे हैं मेरे हस्बैंड के जॉब की वजह से, तो फिर वो आप उसमें भी रम जाते हैं। सो मेरा मानना है दैट पैशन इज समथिंग जो आप दिल से, अपने जिगर से और पूरी जान लगा दे करने के लिए, एंड यू जस्ट वांट टू डू इट। नथिंग कैन स्टॉप यू। इवन इफ यू वांट टू स्टॉप यू विल नॉट स्टॉप। दैट इज पैशन। आई मीन पैशन इज वेरी क्लोज टू, फॉर एग्जाम्पल माई आर्ट इज माई पैशन। आई कैन ऑल्सो से कि भाई मेरी प्रार्थना है, मेरा पैशन है, मेरा जुनून है, मेरा सर्वाइवल है। फॉर मी इट इज ऑल्सो माई प्रेयर। सो पैशन का बहुत लंबा चौड़ा एक डेफिनेशन हो सकता है, besides being the literal word of desire and and anything else. But I think passion, simple words, एक जुनून है किसी भी चीज का हो मेरे लिए जो आप करना चाहें और करें। So for me, my work is my passion. I am a workaholic. I am an artist. And whatever I want to do, I do it with a lot of intensity and honesty. So that is, I'm very passionate about everything what I do.
Very well said and that's true कि ये जो पैशन है वही हमें कहते हैं ना कहीं अलाइव भी रखता है कि अगर हाँ जिंदगी का कोई मकसद है, we are having some motive to achieve, then we keep on like doing. तो मैम मैं आपसे जानना चाहूंगी लाइक पैशन का एक स्टार्ट होता है जब हमें रियलाइज होता है कि दिस इज माय पैशन, आई वांट टू वर्क फॉर दिस। हाउ इट स्टार्टेड विद यू?
ओके, मेरे जनरली आर्ट इज अ पैशन फॉर मी जनरली। नाउ आर्ट में अब तो नहीं, बट आई एम अ ट्रेन कथक डांसर विद अ डिग्री, एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो आर्ट। right? I have been a trained classical singer, but very few people know. First time I'm talking to somebody about it. I have written in some articles about myself. These two kind of, took a back seat because of my job, my husband's positions and jobs and things, and family. We have one daughter. But then what I found expression was in colors. मेरा जो expression था, चाहे मैं अपना, I'll simplify it for you. मुझे साड़ी, हर एक को कपड़े का बहुत शौक होता है. You will find me in the brightest of colors and in the brightest of sarees. And I'm a very colorful person. I'm a true Indian that way. Like all my life abroad, I've been telling we Indians are very colorful people. And I think the way I used to dress, it was very bright and colorful. So my passion in young days started with lots of colors. And I remember my mother, she was also very fond of doing the homes beautifully. And I would watch her and I would watch her dress. And she was also a very bright person, So for me, all these things compounded in my head as I was growing up. And let me tell you one thing. वो जो मेरे आर्ट टीचर है ना, अगर वो देख ले मेरे कैनवसेस की मैं पेंट कर रही हूँ, वो तो पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा उन्हें. बिकॉज उनके हिसाब से मैं बहुत ही बेकार ड्राइंग में थी. Drawing, artist doesn't, for me, art does not mean drawing with pencil or drawing to structure. For me, art, I can create artwork even on my table. It's like that, So for me, जब ये बचपन से शुरू हुआ, and then I kind of on the side with my, dances and education and, we are all a family of civil servants. So, with my father's movement here, there, this, my mother was very particular. That, you look good, you dress well, she was a very good looking woman. And, she would like, छोटी-छोटी एक images होती हैं जो आपके दिमाग में रह जाती हैं बचपन से. तो मैं वो जो उठती गई, तो I think around, when I was, 20, 18 or 20, whatever, I just started to paint. One day I went and I bought a whole lot of colors and whole lot of brushes and a big sketchbook and I started painting. वो अभी भी कहीं पता नहीं पड़ी होंगी, in my parental home, that sketchbook. And I started painting and I actually was surprised that I did it, but it just started coming to me. For me, I think I don't believe in inspirations, but I believe that it is the whole process that gives you the product. For me, it was the process, not eventually the product, because I never thought that I'm going to be painting on canvases, I'll become an international artist or whatever. So वो मैंने वैसे शुरू किया और फिर मैं वो करती गई. उसके बाद, and then I started painting on canvases, and some of my family or here there people kind of saw, very close people only knew that I could do it, because I was like so shy. I said, pata nahi main kya bana rahi hu, my teacher says I'm not good, but everybody loves my work. You know what I mean? But my teacher, for him, he wanted कि भाई horse है तो उसकी आँख वैसी होनी चाहिए, वो मेरे बस की नहीं है. I can't draw to save my life, but still I can draw to save my life. You know what I mean? It's a contradictory statement, but this is how I come in the middle. And that's how I started this. And then it went on. And then, I got married. We were living abroad for most of our lives. And beach mein thoda ye backseat diya, but I was still painting, doing my stuff. And very, very close friends, most of them didn't even know that I am a painter. Till my husband started pushing me. He said, what is wrong with you? You do such good work. Why are you not showing it to people? So, and I started like, I would gift my work to somebody here, there. People really started. So for me, it was a built up from childhood with lots of colors, with my art as a dancer, with my art as a singer, with my artistic, visions and images, what my mother used to do with our homes, with the decoration, with a lot of things. I'm very fond of doing my house or whatever houses where, and luckily my daughter is even better than I am. So this is just a compound artist in me that drove me to my canvases. And true. For me, it was not any education. I'm a self-taught artist. So for me, I just feel it is a God gift to me that I'm able to do what I'm able to do. It depends. A lot of people may like, a lot of people may not like. But as you said to start with, this is my passion and I'm drowned in it. And I will work till my last breath, because it is very important to me. Even in the most busiest of times, I was painting,
That's true, and it's not like that. The artist is drawing for impressing someone. Like it is, you draw for yourself, and it's good. It's your passion, and
Correct. Correct.
stop doing that. But I heard your story that time. You said that you don't believe in inspiration. What was it meant? What is meant by that? Like, do you think
Okay.
we need inspiration?
Okay. Let me clarify this.
Yeah.
What I don't believe is, lot of us who are okay, चलो जैसे मैं हूं, अब मुझे अगर कोई चीज बनानी है, right?
जी.
So okay, fine, now I'm painting for over 30 years, whatever is different, but even I would say this to young artists or people in any talent, whether they are in performing arts, whether they are actors, drama, in the theaters, dancers, singers, whatever. You'd never start as a star. You never start. Nobody is a born, M.F. Hussain, for example, or whatever, as an actor like a Shah Rukh Khan or a Fawad Khan or whatever. So, I mean, people have worked on their art. People evolve and emerge, right? So, but a lot of us, what we do, for me personally, I never wait कि भाई अब आसमान खुलेगा. Like somebody has also said, I read, one artist has said, I'm forgetting the name, I think it's Close or somebody. He said, I'm not going to sit and wait for the sky to part and a lightning bolt is going to come and hit my head, that I'm going to get an idea. No, it'll never come. जिस दिन मैं ये सोच के चलूं, मैं आपको सच बता रही हूँ कि आज मैंने कैनवस खोला और मैं ना कुछ मेरे दिमाग में इमेजेस है, मैं इसको चलूं, वो बिल्कुल नहीं होगा. I will start. Then your thought process, my thought process takes me to another direction, rejecting the one which I started. And then eventually the product comes very nice in a different direction, and I then find a different thought in it. So I don't wait कि भाई अब मुझे black, red, white use करना है. No, I go with my instinct. The only thing which is very personal to me, I do, and I normally don't talk about it. I just fold my hands before I start my canvas. That's all. Because for me, I think it's a God gift, because I never got any training. I am a trained dancer or a trained singer. That's different. I've got, I've given exams and this and that. It just came to me because when I used to see people painting, बचपन में मैं सोचती थी, oh my God, क्या मतलब दिमाग होगा जो ये पेंट करते हैं. तो अब बाद में पता चला कि दिमाग से ज्यादा हिम्मत की जरूरत है जो होनी चाहिए. आप जो बनाए जो करें, वो you just enjoy. खाना बनाना है, that is an art. I used to hate cooking. When I got married, my husband is from the foreign service. I realized that I cannot survive without learning how to cook. वो पड़ती है. But as far as this performing art or this creating art or all these things go, as far as you asked me, my personal thing is, yes, in certain areas you could be inspired by people कि देखो जी ये इतना बढ़िया कर रहा है, मैं कोशिश करूं. But for me to get that bolt in my head to start a canvas doesn't work. I just go head on, I work and just follow my instinct and my thought process. And your mood also has to go a lot with it, your mindset. Right. If you are upset about something and you pick up a canvas, you will see somehow or the other your thoughts are reflecting on the canvas. I've seen it many times, and my daughter catches me on that. She said, "Were you this mom at this time?" And I'm like, actually, she's right. To start with, I was. Then I became okay. So that's it for me. I hope.
I got an idea कि जो आपने कहा ये सही बात है कि we should not wait के अभी कोई opportunity मिलेगी तो मैं काम करना चालू करूंगा. You are having talent in yourself, just start it. You mean to say that?
Exactly. And for all the young people out there, never think you're an amateur for anything. Right. You are just there. Go out and do it. What will happen? People may, out of 10, 1 may like your work, 2 may like your work, the rest 8 did, but at least 2 did.
Yeah.
That's enough. And you don't do things to please others. At least I, especially if you're going with your passion. Sometimes your passion can be a clash with a lot of people's choices.
Right.
But hey, but it's your passion, you do it,
True. And obviously many people are there जो आपको आगे बढ़ने नहीं देना चाहते हैं और कोई please nowadays if you see when you put something on a social media एक नेगेटिव कमेंट भी लोगों का मोटिवेशन डाउन कर देता है which should not be happening. खास करके जो यंग जनरेशन है उनको अगर कोई कुछ कमेंट नेगेटिव मिल जाए तो he is not looking at that focusing on the 10 positive comments, he will focus on the negative comments. The thing you have to ये जो चीज है हमें नेगेटिविटी को खुद से इम्प्रूवमेंट्स आर नीडेड फॉर एवरीवन, वी हैव टू इम्प्रूव फ्रॉम द so how you will say like when you started as an artist you said कि you show never many people are not knowing कि आप आर्ट भी करते हैं, तो जब आपने लोगों को दिखाना शुरू किया how was the reaction of them?
The first reaction was oh my god, what have you been doing? And they were some close family and friends, and they said, are you mad? You should have shown, you do this, you do that. And and I'm like, no, I just do it for fun and pleasure, and I'm not. And then actually my husband, he said, what is wrong with you? Just go out and do that. So that's how, I started showing on small platforms and all. And I'm one thing I'm very, very clear, Anjali, and that is, I'm not a commercial artist. You understand? By God's grace, I have had exhibitions. I have had painting, small or big, abroad. I have had mostly abroad. We came back to India in 2017, 18, after a long time. And then I started having, shows and whatever here. My exhibition, I wouldn't even call a show, but, display my work, my humble work. And I have had situations where, and I swear this is the truth and nothing but the truth, my God knows it. I have had, in one of the countries, we were in Jordan or Amman or one of the countries. I had my exhibition and it was winding up, and after about, I think, and we were getting, so there's this gentleman who walked in. Okay. And I have this, till today, I actually remember that painting because I really used to like it. And I drew it in the most wildest of my mood. And I don't know what I did with it, but it done, I just thought it just stayed with me. So this gentleman walked and he said, I like this painting. So whoever was looking, I was busy with something. They said, this is the tag, whatever, this is it. Because whatever I get with my work, out of that, 10% or 15% I keep, just because art is an expensive affair. The rest goes for charity, for helping people. I'm a crazy animal lover, whatever. So this gentleman comes and he said, I like this. So they would have talked. And they said, but I can't afford that and this, that and all. So I just looked at him and he looked, he was so happy to see it. And I'm not telling and quoting this incident just because I'm some mighty self. No, but this was the truth, how I felt. And so this person, he was there, she came to me, she said, ma'am, whatever this. I said, then I went. I spoke in, he was speaking Arabic as well. So he said, I'm a sculptor. I do sculptures. Okay. And this is my limit. And I love this because this reminds me that I can create something. And this is, whatever he had to say, good things about the thing. So I said, you like it? He said, yes. I said, what will you do? He said, I want to put it in my house. I just folded hands and please take it. And, I just gave it to him. So, I'm like I don't, even if I want to, I cannot commercialize my art. It's just not me. I know people will think I'm stupid, or foolish, or childish, or naive. I know people buy. I have also sold art in exhibitions and all. But then my whole soul is that Bhagwan ne itna mauka diya कि भाई आप कुछ भी मैं अपने दम पे मैं कर रही हूँ, और उसमें से अगर मैं जो भी कुछ है मैं किसी की भी एक की भी मदद करूँ, मेरे लिए बहुत, चाहे मैं 2 होमलेस डॉग्स का खर्चा निकाल दूं, चाहे मैं किसी के बच्चे की कुछ भी, that is enough for me. I don't have to prove myself, that I'm some charity queen or something. I have done a lot of social work abroad with my official capacities. I'm not looking for any fame or game. I don't need that. I just want कि जो भी मैं आप करें या मैं करूं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं अपने बारे में बोल सकती हूँ, अगर 20 में से 5 लोगों को भी पसंद आया, अच्छा, मेरे लिए भगवान की कृपा है. That's it. You know, so for me, it is very, I know there are friends who get angry with me and they tell me that, you are under this thing yourself, you're underselling it. I just said, you know what? अच्छा होगा, लोग लेके जाएंगे, किसी की मदद होगी, मैं और कैनवस खरीद लूंगी. This is my theory, to be honest. Beyond this, I don't look. But I'm an avid painter, so I have to paint. I have been a professional. In teaching mostly, because with my husband's job, we had some limitations. We couldn't do much. And I have written educated related, one or two books about it. But that never deterred me from my art. And I'll tell you how my art played role while I was teaching I've taught for 22 years in different schools internationally.
Oh, great.
My kids' artwork was outstanding anyway, because I just let them experiment what they did.
True. That is
and
needed.
You will be, yeah. And I have a whole album of those pictures, and I'm surprised that a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old has done this, So this is how I thought that if I could create interest, whether it is children or elders or, my viewers or audience. Viewers came much later, seriously. But I just leave them to connect to my work.
That's needed. And even when we say the child, as you are saying, I should also tell you that I was also a teacher before being a host. Like I was also teaching to students, and every year I used to keep a drawing competition on 5th of September, Teachers' Day. And that day what happens, they are used to ask ma'am, because हमारा जो academics है, it is like that कि उनको बताया जाता है कि ये draw करना है, इतना draw करना है. They used to ask ma'am हमें क्या draw करना है, draw anything.
अभी मेरे टीचर ने कहा मैं बेकार थी.
हाँ, ये टीचर ने बोला बनाओ, तो they are having that माउंटेन बनाया था. You draw anything, तुम्हारे माइंड में जो सीन आ रहा है, draw that. Same thing you have said कि जब वो लोग को अपने आप से हम ड्रॉ करने देते हैं, they come with bright colors actually.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah.
So how you spend your COVID times, like जो अभी COVID 2 years, so have you tried something?
Okay, excuse me. COVID times were, emotionally tiring, because a lot of our close friends and everybody got COVID. We were worried because our daughter was in a different continent and we have been, in India for that time. But I think it was also a satisfaction, because in one of my capacities, I was able to help a lot of people, wherever, where I live, just to help the people who have COVID, just as a helpful thing. I painted a lot.
Okay.
And I painted a lot, and I, excuse me, you want me to mute for 1 minute?
No, it's fine.
It's okay. Yeah. And initially I watched some television, I'm very fond of, I never follow any celebrities or something, but I'm very fond of one or two actors, and I like to follow their work because I find them mesmerizing. So I just initially, but I would paint. Mostly I spend my time painting, obviously at home. I could even see my parents and my brother, who's just 10-15 minutes away for 4 months. So, pandemic took a lot of toll on everybody. And I think the best thing what I made was, my husband and my daughter are a bit paranoid. People have, like for example, if I'm diabetic, you have to be careful. So I used it also just in my studio. However, I must add that one thing that this pandemic did, started the digital online media for artists. Right? And I am, I'm a president of this Greek Zervas World Federation of Art and UNESCO, Letters of Art and for Delhi NCR. And I also promote Indian artists and have been in official before in, abroad. So I realized, but at the end of it, I'm an artist first. For me, all this curation and all this international curator, all this comes later. For me, it's my studio, my canvas, my brush. I need them. I do that. So I look at it that way. And I started also joining a lot of these things. A lot of these things. Whoever will contact me, I will join. Because it's online, aap kahin ja to sakte nahi. Then I also happened to, curate online a lot of things, which gave an international exposure to a lot of people. And so, artists who participated in a humble way. And so that, pretty much kept busy, but there were ups and downs. And when I was, I'm very fond of watching, what is that? Zindagi Gulzar Hai, that Mr. Fawad Khan. Oh, he's one of my favorite actors. So I used to watch that. And I remember I used to watch Mr. Shah Rukh Khan's Don't Do for some reason. I just like, it's just, but I'm not a very TV person. When I would rather, read or, but in all honesty, I can watch Fawad Khan 20. I don't mind anytime, even in, I'm very fond of that actor. But with due respects to everybody, we have amazing actors. And but I think my art took a front seat because I was really right, left, and center, working, painting, joining people, in online things, in online talks like that. I was able to give a talk to some young artist on an international forum. Then I did one or two, here. I live in Gurgaon, Haryana. So some groups, all online, and a lot of, about art. Like you asked me questions, a lot of people, youngsters, this, that, and all, they ask questions. And so I just kept myself busy because it's very important to be positive. It is very important to be positive because otherwise it can get you. I mean, I've had my, paranoia moments. Our daughter we couldn't see her for 2 years because she was stuck there. And we had, so everybody, I think, and I've seen friends having told. So pandemic has been tough for everybody, right? But I think it's just God's will and grace that you somehow had to tide through it and duck the storm and just keep going. That is my motto, duck the storm. Because at the end of it, whatever happened has to happen. But as long as you can duck it and, find your way, wading through the storm, it was like a storm. It was horrible. So, and I hope, that humanity, that it doesn't come back. It is difficult. So, but, God be with all of us. Love and light to all. So.
And even that was a time many have self-realized and like cutting out from the socially, we were more active on virtual world, we will say.
Yes, absolutely.
But like, I have met many artists, the artists I had interviewed, and the thing what, as you said, to be positive रहना इतना हमने सीखा है socially, because when we talk to a friend or relatives, वही सेम बातें होती है, but when we meet new people, we learn many things कि दुनिया में बहुत कुछ चल रहा है और हम बहुत कहते हैं ना कुएं का मेंढक भी कहीं कहीं बन जाते हैं. मैम जी यू आर सेइंग समथिंग.
बोले आप बोलिए.
मैं कह रही थी वही कि जैसे आपने कहा कि वी मोटिवेट द पीपल, यू यूज्ड टू टॉक टू द यंगस्टर्स. तो हाउ यू फाइंड, जो अभी आर्ट को लेके अगर हम बात करें तो बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि आर्टिस्ट बनना लोगों के लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है इफ दे वांट टू परस्यू एज अ प्रोफेशन. पैशन इज फाइन इफ दे थिंक कि मुझे प्रोफेशनली सिर्फ आर्टिस्ट बनना है. तो हाउ यू थिंक कि प्रोफेशन और पैशन में अगर हमको फर्क करना पड़े तो किस तरह से पैशन को अलाइव रखना पड़ता है? लाइक प्रोफेशनल पैशन अलग रहना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. लाइक
अगर आपका प्रोफेशनल पैशन जिंदा है, मेरे हिसाब से, अगर आपका इतना प्रोफेशनल पैशन है कि मुझे प्रोफेशनल बनना है और आर्टिस्ट बनना है, and professional also means also commercial, that I should be paid so well that my work is shown in galleries and I can sell and people will buy. A lot of people are motivated by them, and a lot of artists. India is a bank of art. I think we are one of, and believe me, I'm telling you from the international forum that I had, on a on-real basis, and that it is the kind of talent we have in this country. And I'm not saying only just as an artist, but for 35 years with my husband's job, I have seen, and we have been representing, my husband has been in India. Incidentally, my husband is with the retired now with the Foreign Service. So we have seen what all kind of different talents we have. And it is so depressing for those people. Look at the weaver on the side who's weaving a sari or doing a block printing. He's an artist. He doesn't have to be an artist only on a canvas. True. He could be doing, your Madhubani paintings or anything, name, thing it is there. So they do get depressed. And I keep getting messages. I've just got a message today morning, and somebody has sent me something from Orissa. Beautiful work. But he does not find the platform where he can, because they can't afford it, number one. Number two, they don't have the exposure. Number three, if digitizing has advantages, it also, I think, is a bit of a hindrance for the actual people in the field, because everybody is not tech savvy. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was not. I have educated myself because this is the call of the day, but everybody does not have those means. So to keep your passion alive with those struggles and to continue to have कि भाई मुझे कुछ भी हो, मुझे तो ये एग्जीबिशन में भेजनी है और मुझे ये करना है, right? वो बहुत बड़ी बात है और वो बहुत लोगों की इस पैंडेमिक में हिल गई. मैंने ऐसी कहानियां और वो देखी हैं कि मैं I cannot even begin to tell you. It breaks your heart and soul. What is happening? To the point कि अगर मेरे पास अभी भी 2-3 जैसे आज एक उड़ीसा का आया था, कोई एक बंगाल से थे, कोई एक राजस्थान से थे, एक बहुत ही established आर्टिस्ट जम्मू कश्मीर से थे, हैं, और उनका जैसे मेरे पास आया, they send the work and this. I mean, it is sad because इतना कुछ है but उन्हें पता नहीं कि हम करेंगे. तो मैंने उन लोगों की बस यही मदद करी अपने आप. And in fact, I'm grateful to my young nephews and my daughter and, this thing that, I said, just give them, idea of how, we created a little page for them, put their work out. I put it on mine. And then, when I curated this online exhibition, I sponsored myself. Mm-hmm. I always sponsor 4 or 5 artists, young artists. I mean, I had a student once who wanted to participate, but he did not have the money to join the exhibition, the one I was curating. So I said, you please join, don't worry. And it could be internationally. I've had people from different countries. I have, because again, for me, it is something I'm doing, in that I'm responsible, and I'm the, in my honorary capacity as heading this organization, president, whatever you might call it. You also have a duty as towards your art, as a human being to fellow artists. That's what I feel. I might sound very idealistic and old-fashioned, but the bottom line is that if you really want to succeed, your success should not come I would not say taking away other people's happiness or something. I think your success will come to you if you are able to give and make other people happy. I'm a firm believer. From the childhood, what I have, my mother ingrained in my head. आपके घर से कोई भी आए, बड़ी छोटी सी चीज है, कभी भूखा नहीं जाना चाहिए, खाली, like I remember that we used to have this whole staff and we used to have this whole party and this is 4 of us, but nobody ever went without food. So nobody ever went. So if anybody even knocks at my door, ma'am, we want to join your exhibition, but we can't come. God's great. That's it. So, and I mean it with the bottom of my heart. And I know that, I'm 60, going to be, 61 shortly. And people think that, this lady is out of bed. It doesn't work like that, because today, in the digital world, everything has to be bought fancy, bought up with the brand and this and that. I've been told that. My own daughter gets angry. She said, you're not building your brand. I said, but everything is just not about money. For me, it's also about giving. That's my take. I mean, I know I think. And I think अगर आप में इतना जुनून है और इतना पैशन है कि आप प्रोफेशनल बने, it is important. You have to be. A lot of people, you know, everybody is not privileged कि आप अपनी आर्ट को ना भी कुछ करें फिर भी आप कर सकते हैं, because it's an expensive affair. आप, you know, but अगर आप प्रोफेशनल हैं और आप प्रोफेशन के जरिए भी, you know, I think it's very important to keep your intense motivation alive. और स्ट्रगल तो आएगा, किसके लिए नहीं आता, सब स्ट्रगल करते हैं,
राइट,
यू नो. तो
ये जरूर जो आप जो चीज कह रही है ना, बहुत सारी चीजें मेरे साथ भी रिलेट होती है, इसलिए बोलूंगी क्योंकि ऑफ कोर्स आई एम नॉट हेल्पिंग एनीवन लाइक मनी बेसिस पे तो मैंने नहीं किया, बट यस व्हेन आई अप्रोच देम, जैसे मैं भी आर्ट प्रमोट कर रही हूँ फ्रॉम 2 years, बिफोर दैट आई वाज अ टीचर, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं हम जब किसी के लिए करना चाहते हैं ना, तो कहीं ना कहीं दुनिया ऐसी हो गई है कि दे थिंक कि इसका कुछ फायदा होगा, दे थिंक लाइक दैट,
right, unfortunately, yes.
हाँ, जैसे आई विल टेल यू कि नाउ वी आर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग अ सेकंड ऑफलाइन एग्जीबिशन, तो वहां पर हमने स्पेशली एक कॉर्नर रखा है, बडिंग कॉर्नर, वेयर न्यू आर्टिस्ट आर अलाउड टू एग्जिबिट देयर पेंटिंग. तो दे थिंक कि व्हेन आई अप्रोच देम, मैं तो फेसबुक पर जब भी किसी का भी देखती हूँ कि आर्ट वर्क मुझे अच्छा लगा या उनका प्रोफाइल अच्छा लगा, आई इनवाइट देम फॉर द शो. तो उनको लगता है यार इसका कुछ इसमें भला होगा, सम इसका कुछ फायदा है, मतलब सेल्फिशनेस जो एक है ना लोगों की सोच में आ गई है. तो आप कभी ऐसे फेस करते हो?
मैं अगर आपको कहूं तो मैं ये चीज आर्ट के अलावा रोज फेस करती हूँ, 24 घंटे. मेरा एक रोल है, forget it, that is a social work I do, and उसमें आप कुछ भी कर ले मगर वो लोगों को यही दिखेगा कि भाई पता नहीं क्या एंगल है. तो बट वन हैज टू लर्न टू जस्ट लेट इट स्लाइड. आप अपना काम करते रहिए. मेरी जिंदगी का उसूल है कि अगर मैं खुद ईमानदार हूं, मेरा ईमान है, राइट, तो मुझे कोई ना, तो मैं किसी से कोई तवज्जो है, माने कोई मुझे उम्मीद है कि भाई मैं अपने को किसी खुश करने, और ना मैं कोई तवक्को, यानी कि मैं कोई ध्यान भी नहीं देती उन चीजों को. तो मैं सिर्फ अपने काम पे रहती हूँ. और जहां तक ये दिस, यू नो, दिस कमिंग बैक टू माय आर्टिस्ट सेल्फ, I have met once or twice one or two people who have been very selfish and who think, you know, because for them it is just a way of earning money. You know, they will go to any extent to fleece you. You know, it's like that. I've seen, and I've been fleeced, let me tell you, because, you know, you're not worldly wise initially, whatever, but I learned my way. And for me, I think for any person, मेरे लिए नहीं, जातिया तौर पे अगर कोई भी जिसमें एक ग्रीड नहीं है, यू नो, कि एक लालच नहीं है कि भाई मुझे यही करना है, या मतलब मैं इसलिए करूंगा जी कि मैं इसको इतना करके और इतना कम, तो वो अगर नहीं है तो आप कभी फेल नहीं हो. Because you see, there is no end to greed. There is no end to, you know, to, of course, one should always wish and one should always imagine and one should always have goals. But if they are, you know, if the mojito of those, you know, this, the blend of that passion and profession and the art or whatever you do is, you know, is drowned in commercialism, the struggle becomes harder. Like, right, you know, somebody says, you know, he said, you never run after, if you don't run after the money too much and just work, it will eventually come. Right. It's not only about money, it is about success. It is about, in any field, whether you are a singer or an actor or an artist or a performing artist in a theater or a dancer, whatever you are there, you know. I remember once I was interviewed in one of the countries where we were posted and relating my art, and they said, you know, I remember saying this, you know, I was wearing some sari which was very probably painted. So then, did you paint your sari? I said, no, I don't. And I might have that picture somewhere in the media. And then she said, you know, I said, you know, even for me, buying a sari is an artistic experience. because it is just so much creativity you see, and you just have to pick and connect what goes for you. So the same thing goes for the art. अब आप एग्जीबिशन में जा रहे हैं, मेरी एग्जीबिशन है, मेरे मान लो 100 पेंटिंग लगी है, आप आए, आप उनमें से सिर्फ 2 से रिलेट कर पाए, बिकॉज दैट इज यू. आप जैसे और भी होंगे. मैं जाती हूँ एग्जीबिशंस में. So, you know, at the end of it, art is about connection. Art is not only about creativity. I mean, all these actors who perform these beautiful roles, you know, it's very easy for us. कि भाई ये flop हो गई, ये अच्छी हो गई. Look at the hard work that goes in that creativity. Right. I mean, ever since I started actively pursuing art, my respect for any artist, all across, all over the world, you know, from a remotest village to a high-flying whatever, has gone way up. Because वही किसी की कहावत है कि भाई जब खुद किया हो तो पता लगे ना. पहले वही वाली बात है, कैमरे के पीछे जाके देखो या कैमरे के आगे, कैनवस के आगे आओ, ब्रश हाथ उठाओ, साड़ी को ब्लॉट प्रिंटिंग करो. You know, it's very difficult. तो हम लोग, you know, we discard very easy, but it is very difficult to appreciate. And appreciation comes with magnanimity of your mindset, your heart. You have to be open-minded. I mean, that's what I tell the youngsters who I talk to. I mean, I said, you know, I may bore you with my talk, but the truth is, आपका जितना बड़ा दिल होगा, जितनी आप किसी की तारीफ करेंगे, जितनी आप किसी के सक्सेस से खुश होंगे, उतना ही ऊपर वाला आपको देगा.
Right. Beauty,
you know,
life.
I mean, I'm a typical cynical artist, or probably I've become one. After the pandemic, it changes your priorities completely. Yeah.
वैसे भी कहते हैं ना, देखने वाले की आंखों में होती है खूबसूरती, और जिसको बुराई देखनी है वो बुराई ही देखेगा.
वो बुराई देखेगा. हाँ, बिल्कुल.
मैम, मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आपसे बात करके, बिकॉज जैसे आप कह रहे हो कि ये जो एक इंस्पिरेशन, हमें एक सेल्फ मोटिवेशन हम लोगों को होना बहुत जरूरी है कि एवरी डे यू राइज एंड से कि आज फोकस करना है, आज ये काम करना है. दैट इज. मैम, आप, हम ऑडियंस है उनको क्या कहना चाहेंगी? मैं स्पेशली कहूंगी जो फीमेल आर्टिस्ट है, बिकॉज होता है बहुत बार ना, मैं ये नहीं कहूंगी कि मेल फीमेल आर्टिस्ट में तो आर्ट इज द मेन थिंग, बट देयर इज, ये हो जाता है कि हमें अपने काम पहले निपटाने हैं, उसके बाद आर्ट वर्क पर जाना है. जैसे आपने कहा था, कहीं ना कहीं आपको भी एक बार थोड़ा होता ना कि थोड़ा एक स्टेप बैक हो जाता या रिलेटिव्स हो गए, रिलेटिव्स का ये, यहाँ शादी वहाँ ये. तो आप फीमेल्स को क्या कहना चाहेंगे, किस तरह से उन्हें अपना पैशन अलाइव रखना चाहिए अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज के साथ साथ?
हाँ, अब you know, अब आके मैं कह सकती हूँ, because you know, I have had lot of responsibilities. आपके ऊपर भी होंगी, सबके ऊपर होती है. You know, महिलाओं का क्या है, we as women, you know, when you are young, you're busy, you know, studying or whatever. And then I remember when we were young, ये था भाई, like, ये मुझे लॉ पढ़ना है, या आप शादी हो गई है, जो भी कुछ है आपका करना है. But I think अगर आपका एक जुनून है, you have to, you know, in this I would say that sometimes when you see women or person doing things, that also may not inspire you, but that also gives you the courage कि भाई ये कर सकते हैं तो मैं भी कर सकती हूँ. तो मैं तो सारे youngsters को, female artists को, even male, but you know, like you're asking me about women artists, even if you're a doctor, I mean, I've had, you know, artists who are doctors, who are CEOs, professional, this, that, you know, but they have kept their art alive. They have found time. तो वही वाली बात है कि अब आप अपना घर लेके बैठे हैं, right? आपके बच्चे हैं, आप टाइम निकालेंगे कि भाई मुझे ये पिक्चर देखनी है, मूवी, मैंने निकाल लिया टाइम. You will work around that. आपको ये देखना है कि my child has to go for a tennis class or a swimming lesson, you will work around it. What happens generally is कि हम सबका करते रहते हैं, अपना पीछे करते जाते हैं. And I'll tell you this example. I had another 2 more things to be recorded, like I'm talking to you. तो मैं उसको अपना पोस्टपोन कर रही हूँ, क्योंकि वो जहाँ मुझे रोज डांट पड़ती है, वो बहुत सारे काम बाकी थे, या मेरे अपने काम बाकी थे, या मेरा एक मुझे अपॉइंटमेंट में जाना है. Then I said, why the hell I said, forget it, let me just do my own. You have to consciously make an effort, and it should be there start from starting. और शुरू से अगर आप अपनी स्पेस नहीं रखेंगे, शुरू से आप अपना एक रखिए कि भाई ठीक है, अगर मुझे पेंटिंग करनी है, मान लो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो मैं दोपहर में जब सब सो जाते हैं, मेरी एक आर्टिस्ट फ्रेंड है, बैंगलोर में रहती है, वो रात को 11 बजे पेंटिंग करती है जब सब सो जाते हैं, यू नो, शी इज एंड बहुत सी हैं कि जो हिल्स में चली जाती है, कर लेती हैं अपना, सबको अपना टाइम निकालना पड़ता है। बट अगर आपका जुनून है, आपका पैशन है और आप उसे करना चाहते हैं, तो उसके लिए यू आर द वन हु इज गोइंग टू वर्क अराउंड। इफ यू कीप गिविंग योर ओन सेल्फ अ बैक सीट ऑल द टाइम, बिलीव मी, एट सम एज इन फ्यूचर, जब बच्चे बड़े हो गए, अपने चले गए, या आपका प्रोफेशन है या जो भी कुछ है, यू स्टार्ट फीलिंग कि भाई क्या है यार, मतलब so never have regrets. And not to have regrets, just you find time for yourself. You don't need hours. बहुत से लोग हैं, for example, I'll give you an example. For example, my husband is an avid golfer. He's been very busy, but he finds that little time to go play golf. That is his time. So what happens with we women, कि अच्छा अब ये हो गया, अब फलाना हो गया, अब प्रोफेशन है, अब बच्चों का कपड़ा लाना है, and I see it every day. अपना रह जाता है। हाँ, जिम भी जाना है तो अच्छा चलो आज नहीं किया, कल कर लेंगे। यू अंडरस्टैंड? तो छोटी छोटी चीजों में इट्स द टाइम मैनेजमेंट। नाउ द टाइम मैनेजमेंट विल ओनली कम when you have an open mindset and you're open to changes. Right. You understand? And it is very difficult. I know it is very difficult for people, but I think in today's generation, youngsters, they have learned to manage their time and they are sure what they want. And this is something I admire about all these youngsters. They're very clear. Right. They don't, they will not sign projects right, left, and center. They will wait for the right opportunity. You might, anyone for that matter, अब कोई भी हो, आप अपनी, even politician women who are there, they all have to manage their life. Everybody has struggled. You see, nobody is a born genius. So one is very important. I think time management and not to give yourself a backseat all the time, whether it is your health, your passion, your work, your job, your body, your fitness, your relationship with your spouse, or put everything. You have to manage your time. And I think time management is critical. और अगर आप में जुनून है किसी आर्ट का, तो बिल्कुल जरूर करिए. Right. Because you never know आप क्या बन जाए कल. सही बात है. ये है.
जैसे कि कहा गया है कि कोई तुम्हारे लिए नहीं करेगा, तुम्हें अपने लिए खुद ही करना है.
बिल्कुल. और मेरा तो वो बिल्कुल मानना है. I agree with that quote. It always stays, that the sky is not going to part and no inspiration is going to come and hit your head. You have to inspire yourself and just focus and work. Actually, I don't think anybody needs to inspire you. If you have the passion, you just do it. You may look up out of respect to people. That is different.
Yeah, for learning or observing something.
जी.
क्या मैम, मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी कि द अंजलि अरोड़ा टॉक शो की एक खासियत है कि मैं हमारे यहाँ जो भी आता है वो कुछ ना कुछ सुना कर जाता है. बिकॉज एक होता है ना कि कुछ गा लिया या गुनगुना लिया, बिकॉज वो होता है हर किसी के अंदर एक ये वाला जो आर्टिस्ट है सिंगिंग वाला, वो होता ही है. तो मैं आपसे भी रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगी अगर आप 2 लाइनें सुना दें.
Okay, I'll sing my parents used to sing it as a duet, but I'll just sing 2 lines of that. It's a very old song. I don't know if I remember. दिल नादा तुझे हुआ क्या है, आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है, दिल नादा तुझे हुआ क्या है. This is a very old song. In my new ones, I love Arijit Singh, but I will not try his song. I love that kid. I think he sings very well. Yeah.
Arijit Singh, which song you like, ma'am?
Arijit Singh. Oh, there are so many. He's 24/7 on. I love my music when I paint. Okay, I love his. I can just sing one line. I'm not very great at this thing. What's that? मुस्कुराने की वजह तुम हो, गुनगुनाने की वजह तुम हो, something like that, you know. I not yeah,
Very nice.
but I do listen. Thank you.
वो आप क्लासिकल आपने सीखा हुआ तो वो टच है आपकी आवाज में.
हाँ, वो खत्म हो गया, बहुत साल हो गए, but yes. Yeah.
मैम बहुत अच्छा लगा आप हमारे शो पर आई, और मैं कहूंगी कि रियली द होल मिनट, होल सेकंड वाज full of energy, the way you speak.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
How
Thank you.
you felt on the show?
No, I think I मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा because आप you know you are so, your personality is, you know, I also do a lot of Reiki and things like that. So your personality is very warm and you come across as a very genuine person who's really working for the cause. You have managed your time. You are giving it to your passion, right? So it's all about passion, and passion comes from motivation. I think one cannot live without the other. If you're not motivated, you don't have passion. If you don't have passion, you cannot be motivated. I mean, you can be motivated, but you may not fulfill your passion. So I enjoyed every minute, and the fact that I was able to, you know, speak honestly, and you appreciated. I mean, and for all the youngsters and for you, I wish you good luck, and we keep in touch. You know, we've just connected on social media. I just saw lovely, lovely work. Yeah. And I'm really honored and truly humbled that you thought of me. Thank you.
And it is our honor that you are on the show.
My pleasure. Anytime. It's a pleasure, Anjali, and we will stay connected.
Yeah,
Anything
sure.
in my humble way I can do. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Right.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
फ्रेंड्स, जैसे कि भगवान कृष्ण ने भगवत गीता में भी कहा है कि कर्म कर, फल की इच्छा मत कर. जी हाँ, अगर आप में टैलेंट है, अगर आप अपने पैशन के लिए हार्ड वर्क करते हैं तो फल तो अपने आप ही मिल जाएगा. बस अपने पैशन को फॉलो करिए और उसके लिए वर्क करते जाइए. बाकी सक्सेस तो आपको मिलनी ही है अगर आप ऑनेस्टली अपना पैशन फॉलो करते हैं तो फ्रेंड्स, चलिए जाती हूँ मैं. फिर मिलेंगे अगले एपिसोड में किसी और पैशनेट गेस्ट के साथ, और करेंगे बातें उनकी जिनकी क्या बात है. तब तक के लिए अपना ख्याल रखिएगा. बाय बाय.